The way that I did it was out of the ones that worked, only ran the advertising for the ones that are about $100 and up. But if you do like the items of $100 and above, then if you get even like two raw ads, it's going to be profitable. You can go to Google Keyword Planner and extract the keywords for free, and then get those keywords and test them manually, but
Yeah.
underbid them. So what's going to happen is all of the low-hanging fruits that the other sellers are not advertising, because you're gonna get all those little pieces and tiny little things that you can probably advertise for 10 cents, 5 cents. I highly think that you should put a maximum feedback instead of minimum. What I realized was, as soon as I do, let's say 500 feedback and above, all of the private label sellers or wholesalers are getting captured in the competitor research, and I want to do exactly opposite of that.
Okay, Mott, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, man. The dropshipping, I just got a negative review today. I've been just on that. By the way, I've been listing a lot less than I used to, just because I'm putting the delivery date way below than what I used to. That's just like I had like out of a 2,000 listings, I would say around 1,500 of them will fail, and then only 500 will go through,
Hmm.
just because of how Amazon.com.au works. And I've done so just a little bit of tips. I've done, because I'm good at advertising. I've done a bit of advertising, tests with the priority.
Mm.
So general ads are still 4.1 to something. And what I did was, I just kind of let it run. I spent a bit of money, collected the data, looked at the ones that are converting, separated them, and then started manually targeting them. And bro, it turned out to be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's doing very, very nice.
With your
It
dropshipping
spent,
products?
yeah, bro,
Wow,
yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff.
I went from like just the priority, like they should normally be like 3 ROAS, return on investment, for every dollar that you spend.
Mhm.
But after I isolated the ones that I wanted to see, I've gotten up to like 7 to 8 ROAS, which is pretty
Wow,
amazing for the advanced
wow,
ones.
wow,
Yeah,
amazing,
man.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I found was, so with like putting the sales up, like instead of, because I truly hate
Wait, hold on a second.
sniping.
Just to be clear, like you spent $1 and you got $8 back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So that might not. So now that I think about it, I think it depends on your profit margin, right? So, oh, sorry, your total sales. Because like let's say that an item sold that's $100, right? Right, and
Mm.
then your ROAS would be 1 to 100, right?
No.
Okay, tell me why.
So return on spend, advertising spend is calculated based on $1 value that you spend. So if you given, so let's say that you've got a ROAS of 1%. So you're talking about ACOS, by the way, yeah, just to clear it. ACOS is advertising cost of spend. So ad fees divided by sales and then times 100, that's your ACOS percentage. The return on advertising spend, ROAS, is basically a reverse terms of ACOS, right? What it is basically, it's calculated this way: for every $1 that you spend, how much do you get back? So they kind of like counter each other. If you get like, I can't remember exactly the numbers on top of my head, but if you do like 2-3% ACOS, that's usually like, like, how much was it? I can't remember the exact percentages, but
So let me ask you this,
let me
right?
let me just look it up.
Let's say hypothetically you only spent $1 on ads, and then you got one sale that gave you $100 cost a sale. What would be your ROAS?
That's a good question. I guess it should be 100 then.
Right.
Cause I just never had 100 like ROAS. That's, yeah, that I don't know, that doesn't really happen.
Because from what I've seen, sometimes I got like 23, right? But
Right. Yeah.
because I do like the minimum and then I do the general ads targeting, and then so it only promoted the ones that had no competition.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? But that number is like to me it wasn't that valuable because my sales, like even if I sold $100 item, right? Like the true number that I care about is like how much profit did I do from that?
So that's right. That's a very good conclusion. So the way that I did it was, out of the ones that worked, only ran the advertising for the ones that are about $100 and up.
Nice. Smart.
Yep. I think yeah, I forgot to mention that part. So if you do like if you do like let's say $10 item and your profit is only 70% of that, right? I mean, you probably get like $2-3 out of it. Then if you spend $1 and you get like $10, right? Then that doesn't you don't really get profit out of it that much. But if you do like the items of $100 and above, then if you get even like two raw ads is going to be profitable because you're basically spending, so you're basically making $100 from the advertising in itself, and after the fees and all that, you probably have like I don't know, $15-$20 left to yourself. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
the day that I
Makes
ran it, I
makes
had
sense.
like let me see so
Right. So like for example,
I had items that are about $200 and above. Like I had like 4 or 5 orders that was like $200-$300 above.
just to be clear, you spent let's say you spent $100, and then since you got an 8 times ROAS, you got $800 in sales, but that $800 in sales gave you like $300 in profit.
Yes,
Nice.
something like that. I don't really measure exact profit that I get just because I'm just
Nice.
testing a few things at the moment.
Yeah.
But like as I said, so like okay, I was just trying to look at the items that I sold that day. So I sold an item for $170 with the promoted listing that I chucked it in.
Mhm.
And the lowest that I've gone for is apparently $70 because I've got an item that's $78. So that one and the same day I've got an order of $221 and the other one is 216 and the other one was $79 and yep, that's it, man. So about like $1,000 worth of sales in one day with the advertising, just
Nice.
revenue, right?
Nice. Bro, you inspired me to make an experiment now. Because you're so
Yeah,
right.
that's why I'm telling you this because I know you're gonna run your own experiment. So the other one
Right.
was $76, and yeah,
I,
that's it, man.
I think I'm gonna try making all my markup percentage like 200%, and then try to get like a 2 times ROAS and see like how like what happens. Two to
Yeah,
three.
yeah. Also, you can do if you're gonna do 200%, right? If you're gonna do like $70 and above, you might as well do a sales event, and then like maybe let's say 20% sales event, and then
Very interesting.
run
Yeah.
a smart campaign, run a smart campaign for the ones that you think is going to convert, and isolate the ones that are performing, and then have a look at the manual. You know what you can do extra. It's a little bit of tip for you. You can go to Google Keyword Planner and extract the keywords for free and then get those keywords and test them manually, but
Yeah.
underbid them. Run a
Yeah.
broad campaign and underbid them. So what's going to happen is all of the low hanging fruits that the other sellers are not advertising because you're hitting it from the broad manual targeting, you're going to get all those little pieces and tiny little things that you can probably advertise for 10 cents, 5 cents. I mean, if you're doing it in America, I think it's like 20 cents minimum.
Mhm.
So instead of targeting the high end keywords, you will only target the ones that are very, very, very little cost. And if you get a
Right.
sale from there, voila, right? You got so much profit out of it.
I have you know, Alex Hormozy, he said something very interesting, right? That I never thought about applying to eBay, right?
Mm.
And his concept is that the people who win on ads are the one who can spend the most to win. And the only
Yeah,
way that you're going to be able to spend the most is if your product itself already has the margin to pay you back for that. So imagine this. Imagine your items all have like a 600% markup or like 1,000% markup, right?
mm,
Then if you'd be comfortable like spending like $100 to get the sale because you're gonna net back 200, 300 anyways.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
we
yeah,
already know today that the ultimate reason a sale happens is because of visibility.
yeah. And
You
the
get what
search
I mean?
volume as well. If there's demand, then yeah, visibility will make up for it. So
Right.
the way that I generally think about it is, you know, I would only run advertising for the items that have got demand already because you can't create a demand on the platform, right? And the way you should be doing it is like you gotta first of all think about what you want to
Actually,
do, whether
eBay
you
said
want to
the
rank.
opposite. eBay said the exact opposite. They said that one of the biggest purposes of pay-per-click is to generate a demand for like a new item that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, because they want to make money out of you.
Yeah,
That is like, I would never ever do that. That's like, why would I spend all that money trying to find a product that I think would be able to sell and try out 100 different products and spend a bunch of money on it, trying to create a demand on the platform just for eBay?
they're talking more. I think they're talking more about like a flying fridge or something that the product doesn't exist yet. So it's a way to get visibility for like a new concept.
Okay, so
You get what I mean?
they're talking about making like, okay, so I've told you that I'm able to make new products using AI, yeah, like edit it and then get it manufactured. I think what they're saying is applying to private labelers, saying that, hey, look at the negative reviews, see what people don't like, change that, and then put that on the listing, see if that sells, then you got a good product, and then you can get trademark for it, then you make a lot of money out of it. But the problem is you can get feedback removed on eBay, so that doesn't even apply for eBay.
No, they're talking about like there's keywords that aren't being searched because there's no demand for it, and there's no demand because there's no awareness for the item yet. Do you get what I mean? So they're talking about people who are trendsetters.
Okay, here's a quote from someone that makes millions of dollars on Amazon. You can
Uh-huh.
never create demand. You only survive. You only serve with the demand. I would like that's nah. I would never do
No,
that.
I'm with you, bro. I wouldn't do it either, but I was just sharing what eBay said, yeah?
No, no, no. I get it. I get it. 100%. They
Yeah.
they they want you to play that way. So then you can make them rich. But we are here to make money. So
Makes total sense. Makes total sense. I go where the demand is. I'm with you, bro.
yeah, yeah. That's why there's a lot of tools that exist like that, man. Just so that you can look what's working, what's not working, what items are selling.
So
Yeah.
continue with your eBay update, yeah?
All right. So I started listing like the items that have got like maximum 5 to 6 days of delivery time. But as I said, a lot of them are failing because of the situation. I think some like I will say maybe half of the items that pops up on my Amazon, it could be just like my own personal thing, is the ones from Amazon US, and it's got a huge delivery date. But I'm just running extra competitor researches, and it's bro, like especially the update, the one that you put in where it collects the sellers,
Mm.
bro. That's a man, beautiful. But just one caveat to it. I highly think that you should put a maximum feedback instead of minimum, or you can keep both as well, just because, like, strictly speaking, I'm not sure how it is in the US market, but in Australian market, what I realized was as soon as I do, let's say, 500 feedback and above, all of the private label sellers or wholesalers are getting captured in the competitor research, and I want to do exactly opposite of that. So
Gotcha.
because I can't, because when they go to Alibaba, they're getting stuff for so low, right? We can't,
Mhm.
and we're trying to sell this. Like, they list the item for $15, and we're trying to sell the item for $50. It's just
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
great idea. I think Or mentioned that as well. Like that'll be inshallah tomorrow we'll add it, yeah? Or
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah, inshallah. Because even with Ben when he sent me his thing, right, his extension, I actually went to ChatGPT and I did exactly the opposite. I said, hey, just instead of grabbing sellers that are above 5,000, grab sellers that are below 3,000. And then what happened was I was able to find a lot more listings that way.
Makes total sense, dude. Makes total sense. Yeah, I don't like the guys with big feedback either. Because they're
Yeah,
probably super competitive, as you
yep,
said.
yep. And I've got a negative feedback, bro. I'm just today. They're saying that the goods arrived. The delivery person wanted passport details and a PIN number from Amazon. So the delivery person goes to the customer asking for a passport. I'm not sure under what headspace they did that.
I think is
And
they ask for an
they
ID.
nah, so the guy is saying that he tried to show a driver's license, but he wanted to see his passport and his Amazon account.
Gotcha. And how big was the order? Like the dollar amount
So it was $203.
on Amazon?
Yeah, that was on Amazon. But they already were present at home to sign the product. I've already spoken to them over the phone and they were waiting for it, right?
Okay,
But
so
when the guy got there,
yeah,
yeah,
so this happens when the Amazon item is like I think above 150. So I think that's like the max amount that you want to source on Amazon with to kind of avoid that issue. Yeah, it might be different in Australia, but it's like in US, I believe it's 150.
got it. Got it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it, I guess. there's no other questions. I'm just trying to find a second computer to fire up another account.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
yeah,
So,
that's it.
Mud, do you have like clarity on the road ahead?
Yeah, just the only caveat is that I'm still waiting for the video for the TP link.
Oh, yeah. Did you what did we talk about again? I completely forgot, yeah?
So so you said that you're gonna make a video to illustrate how to get the Wi-Fi thing connected, the
Uh-huh.
multiple IP addresses.
Right. So
Yeah.
every like I believe I said every router is different, yeah? And
Yep,
then
and then you said that the most universal one was TP link and you wanted to do it for TP, so I don't know.
right, and I think I said I'll get a router for TP-Link, yeah?
Yeah.
I think another solution would be let me see. So
Well,
setting
you know, Sammy, if there's any videos that you can come across on YouTube that you can advise us to watch, then I can do that as well. It's just
right.
I wanna,
That's what I was thinking
you
right
know what I
now.
mean?
Let me see a let me search it up. Setting
There
up
there are videos. Like there are videos I've seen them. I just don't trust them enough for the work that we are doing. Just in case there's a bit of tweak to it that he's missing, and then all the accounts are gonna get connected and just yeah, I'm kind of yeah scared about it.
I gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. So let me see if there's a because you're right. I get this question all the time, right? So I think what would make the most sense would be if I don't make that video, like let me find a video that someone already made that makes perfect sense, and then just tell everyone to buy that specific router. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And then you can just follow along with that video. So let me do some research on it.
No worries, bro. Take your time.
Yeah, you betcha. You betcha.